Tanzania. A 32-man delegation is expected to fly out of Banjul Wednesday ahead of the clash with Taifa Stars of Tanzania and Dar es Salaam. The squad contains mainly players who played a part in the 1-all draw with Morocco in Banjul, among them notable names from Europe and America. The local league is also represented by a collection of stars from Division 1, with Gamtel goalkeeper Christopher Allen in contention to maintain his place in the starting lineup after a commanding display in the opening round of the World Cup qualifiers against Morocco. Luciano Martinez's side will be keen to impress in Dar es Salaam after failing to secure all 3 points in Banjul against the Atlas Lions. With group leaders Ivory Coast set to clash with Morocco in the north, the Gambia can aim to pick up some valuable points remain in the touching distance with the big boys so the Scorpions win in East Africa. The team showed glimpses of rare composure during their weekend game with Morocco, and Coach Machine and his players will want to improve on that performance. The Scorpions have struggled on the road in recent times with a not too quality performances away from home. If this batch is aiming to break that cycle, they will need to up their game in Tanzania and start winning in very tough spots on the continent. The weekend fixtures will be crucial on the outcome of the group. The outcome of the game between the Gambia and Tanzania will certainly determine the chances of both sides in a very competitive group. For GRTS Sports, I am Debuso.
And before we take leave of you, a reminder once again of our headlines. Lawmakers are acquainting themselves with the domestic violence and sexual offences bills under the auspices of the National Assembly and Women's Bureau. UNICEF has revealed that a staggering 1 billion children in urban areas are grappling with growing poverty, scarcity and deprivation. Authorities in Nigeria have suspended the search for victims of the plane crash that killed more than 160 people because of heavy rains. And Damascus has sent diplomats from 11 countries packing in retaliation for an earlier coordinated expulsion of its diplomats by Western countries. You can follow those stories and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. That brings us to the end of the news. Thanks for keeping us company. Stay tuned and enjoy our range of interesting programs. Until then, my name is Abubakar Dabo.
Under the distinguished chief patronage of His Excellency the President, Chair Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya AJJ Jammeh, the GRTS Staff Association is organizing a grand fundraising live band performance show with the famous Sejo Band and the Jalex Akuntu, powered by Champion Sound System. Chief Guest of Honor is Omar Khan, Governor URR, Guest of Honor Ganyi Toure, Governor CRR, Chief Patron Safuru Gomez, Special Guest Seluba, and all GRTS ambassadors in URR. Special invitation to National Mobilizer Mr. Yankuba Koli, Women Mobilizer Ndaijata, and MD of Ja Oil Mr. Hamiduje. The date is this Saturday, 9 June 2012 at the Basse Community Hall commencing at 8:30 p.m. The program will be aired on GRTS Good Assembly, proudly sponsored by Elton and AfriCell.
It's a cultural one-off which takes place only once every year, bristling between ancient dance displays and activities of great cultural significance. The annual Kose Festival essentially resurrects an age-old masquerade tradition on the Smiling Coast. I am Ibrahim Jata, and on this edition of the expedition, I'll be journeying to the lower river settlement of Jara Bureng for a remarkable cultural convergence revisiting the old times. That's an extraordinary cultural fete, reliving the olden days. Also on this edition, Fonyi Bulengat initiates its emerging generation into the fold of adulthood. The annual initiation ceremony, as conducted in this village, adds immense spark to the norms of the past. And finally, the first ever cookery competition on the Smiling Coast, throwing together the finest cooks and pastry chiefs in the Gambia. We'll be asking, who is your all-time chef on the Smiling Coast? That's the expedition on a brimming festival quest coming up after this break. You're not scared of that reptile behind you?
Yeah, a little bit,
Did you touch it?
I did.
Let me see you touch it again.
No. No.
Hi, I'm Penny, on vacation in the Gambia, and this program is brought to you by...
Welcome back to the expedition with me, Ibrahim Jata, and thanks for joining us. The Kose Cultural Festival in Jara represents the most momentous and historic period in the history of this settlement. The festival essentially produces some of the most unusual masquerades to be found on the Smiling Coast. Ancient dance displays, age-old traditional songs accompanied by persistent drum beats. It's a cultural procession of marching and contrasting colors, revisiting the past. Welcome to the lower river settlement of Jara Bureng, as it recalls the glorious days of the town's masquerade tradition.